Have you ever been playing Fortnite Save the World and you open up your inventory and you're wondering, how much is this stuff actually worth? So in today's video, we're going to be going through from the cheapest guns, literally dirt cheap guns, from all the way from 20 sunbeam to 20 million to 50 million sunbeam. So make sure you watch this whole video to the end. Drop a like on this video if you want good luck in Fortnite Save the World. That is so funny. Also, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications, and leave a comment in the comment section what you currently have. I'm with the crafter now, so we're going to be going through these guns, and we're going to be showing you in literally the easiest way to show you guys how much these guns are worth. So, crafter, how should we start this? Let's start with the cheapest gun before we get into the very expensive stuff.
Sure thing. So first thing we should also go over before we get started is buy the cheapest gun. We're going to be talking about a God Roll 130. Anything else that's not God Roll or not 130, we're not even going to count. This is realistic trading value of what people would actually trade for. Nobody's going to trade for a power level 12 copper gun. So we'll just start with that.
So this is the most realistically trading we can do. And if you say, Magical, that's unfair. I don't even have 1/3. Just join a live stream. We'll give you 200 of them. And then you can start your trading journey. Alright, so the crafter. Should I start this off by dropping a gun?
Just drop a normal 130 that is
so
God Roll. Yes.
I think we should just start with a cheapest gun because it's realistically the most cheapest. We're going to do a everything in my inventory is cool. A 130 typewriter, all God rolls with energy, and it is full durability. Can I ask you a question though? Would you say
yes.
a full durability typewriter to a typewriter that is missing 20-30 durability, would you say it drops the price dramatically or not really?
A little bit. I mean, durability really only matters with rare guns, not so much things you would just use in a mission like this typewriter. So
where would you put this typewriter on the scale? We have 20, 50, 100, 200, 500, 1,000, 5,000, and over 1 million.
Well, since Sunbeam is duped, but also guns like this are very common, it takes about 11 Sunbeam to craft this gun itself, so an extra 9 Sunbeam added to it for a total of 20 Sunbeam will basically be worth a standard God Roll 130 weapon that you could possibly find in this game. That is the standard, most basic trading value between Sunbeam and a gun like this.
Okay, I think we should move it up on the scale a little bit. I want to go straight up to a 144. And I'm not going to go to a basic 144. I want to use a Founders. So I have a Brightcore Founders Disintegrator. All God rolls of energy, full durability. Where do you think this would go on the scale?
Alright, so this Founders Deconstructor, since it is 144, that does make it a lot more valuable for trading-wise. And since it is also one of the Founders weapons, being one of the more rare ones, that'll be worth around the 50 Sunbeam area here.
So we've currently done 20 Sunbeam. We're at 50 Sunbeam. And we're about to work our way all the way up to over 1 million. So I do have something here that I do think is definitely worth more than 50. So this is actually a melee though. This is a power level 127 9 perk melee. It has been duped, so it's not the rarest on the scale, and I'm sure if it was a 1 of 1, it'd probably be over 1 million. But as a duped gun, because a lot of stuff is duped, what's a fair value for a duped weapon? But it is 9 perks.
Let me have a look at this. So this is where, since it is not full durability, this is where durability would affect it, because modded guns, their trading value isn't to be used within missions, it is used as a collectible item. So since it does have lower durability, it does hurt its value a little bit. But yeah, since this one is more of the harder to find double element weapons that you could possibly find, even though it is duped, would be worth pretty much a double of standard 144, or about 100 Sunbeams.
So would you say 100 Sunbeam is a fair price for that?
100 Sunbeam for this is pretty much fair. It could fetch more if it was full durability.
Okay, if it was full durability, we could be making our way up to maybe 150 to 200?
110. Maybe 110 if it's full durability.
Okay, so it's not crazy. What if I was gonna do 4 of these? 142 all God roll energy hemlocks. What if I was gonna trade 4 of these? Where would that
4 hemlocks.
Yeah, like I'm gonna do more single guns. But I just want to know, like, you as the professional, where would you put 4 hemlocks? Because we gave away a lot of these. Did you pick up one, or did I only drop 3?
No, I didn't pick up any. So this is basically almost 144, not quite 144.
Oh, 142,
They're not
I mean,
founders
yeah.
Weapons. Or yeah, 142. So basically one of these would be worth around 40 Sunbeam, I would say. So in order to make it something like 200 Sunbeam, you would need pretty much 5 of them.
So if I...
So,
So let's fill up this space. So would you say 200 Sunbeam? This is fair?
how many is that? That is 4. You need one more.
One more, and you would do that trade?
Yes. So that is 5 pretty much maxed out, incredibly overpowered build hemlocks for 200 Sunbeam. That is a pretty normal trade. That would be pretty standard considering the value of Sunbeam and the value of 144.
Where would you put a stack of 200 144 all god roll ceiling traps?
I would say probably 2 stacks of traps for that amount, and then this one would probably be 4 stacks since it's double.
And you think 4 stacks of 200 sound walls would be 1,000 Sunbeam?
Yes, pretty much.
So many people would do that trade.
Yeah. I mean, the traps, pretty much the way you want to think about it is however many traps you have. So for this example here, we have 800 traps total.
So you think it's a 4-to-1 ratio?
Not 4-to-1. I mean, because this is 800 traps and this is 1,000 Sunbeam. So it really is just about a little bit less traps, 1 stack less. It's almost the exact same ratio. It's just the traps are just a little bit more valuable than the Sunbeam. And the same thing goes for this stack right here. So it's a little bit more.
So this is the 5,000 spot. And I really thought hard about how to get to this spot. So let's just imagine this is 100, 142 hemlocks, all god rolls. Would you think this could possibly, if this was 100, would you say someone would you say someone would do 100 of these for 5,000 Sunbeam if they needed the hemlocks for some weird reason?
Pretty much, yeah. So when you're looking at this level of power level 142 or would be 144 guns compared to a big pile of somebody like this, you are looking at more of around 100 to 150 guns will be around 5,000 Sunbeam. That is, of course, all depending on the gun, the level, whatever. So, and also, we should also mention that all of this trading stuff that we are showing here is all purely dependent on what the person you are trading with would be willing to give. So this is not set. This is really just all kind of giving you a base of what it should be, so you don't really get, you know, scalped or scammed pretty much when you don't even know what the value is.
This is just basic trading 101 because it depends. It depends where you're at the game. Like, if I needed 100 of these for a video, I would give Dax 100,000 Sunbeam if that's what he wanted. It just
they would honestly be worth more. Yeah.
It depends how much, you know. I just, it depends who you're trading with. Like, I'm not saying you should charge someone more because I'm just saying it depends what the person wants, you know? If I wanted a hemlock, I'd be like, oh, Dax, give me a hemlock, I'll give you 1,000 Sunbeam, you know?
Exactly. It all depends on quantity and demand. If you have a lot of something, it is less valuable to you, and if there's something you want that someone else may have a lot of, then that may be good for you.
If you have a lot of Sunbeam, this looks like such a good deal. If you have a lot of sound walls, this looks like such a good deal. It depends what you want. Supply and demand.
Exactly.
So this represents 1 million Sunbeam. And you're saying magical. No gun in the game is worth 1 million Sunbeam. Well, I'm going to prove it to you. This is the professional. This is the crafter. This is the Dax, the Commander Dax. And he's gonna value these free guns. Free guns. Not an inventory, like 100 hemlocks. Are you ready for this?
Let's have a look. On drop me one of them. Just one of them back. Okay, so these are modded guns. Basically like the other ones that are in these piles here. Except the only difference between these modded guns and those modded guns is that these ones are not duplicated at all. And because they are modded guns, it is impossible for any normal player in the game to ever be able to craft any of these guns again. Basically meaning that these 3 guns that you showed me are the only versions of these guns that exist in the entire game. So none of them exist, and that basically means they are called a one-of-one gun. And one-of-ones are basically the most valuable items in the entire game, as there is nothing else that can even come near comparison of price. And we can't even drop enough Sunbeam on the ground to even represent how valuable these one-of-ones are. So pretty much the only amount Basically, the only thing you could truly trade for in this game to get one of ones is with other one of ones. So, as for a sunbeam value, if this was, for example, for this gun in particular, since it is a double element nocturno, but it's one of the rare ones, this would probably be worth around 15 to 20 million sunbeam if that was even able to be dropped on the ground without lagging out your game.
Just for that one gun.
Just for this one gun.
So that's 15 to 20 million. What would you put this one at then?
This one is even slightly more rare, just because of the perks on it are exclusive. Just everything about the build is exclusive, pretty much. And this gun would probably be worth more around the 20 million to 22 million range for Sunbeam in that scenario.
And this gun here, maybe... I'm just going to do a little backstory on it.
This one's even more.
This is one of the rarest guns because it was mine. It's not necessarily the rarest one-of-ones. These are probably rarer in the terms of the one-of-one community. But because this was been my one-of-one for the last 5 years, it's been in a lot of videos, and so many people know about it in the community. I've had one-of-one collectors in the community. I can't say what I'm talking about, but you have to know what I'm talking about. I've had people offer me like 120 to 180, even to 220, let's just say bananas, if you know what I'm talking about, for that gun. And that's not necessarily because it's worth that, you know, but that's how much it was worth to them, because some people couldn't complete their sets without it. Some people just wanted it because it's mine. So, but realistically, let's just forget it's my one-of-one. How much would you value that at? Would you say that's in a bigger range as well? Because it is one of the only Founders Revolts. Because the other person who has the whole collection of them is gone. He's, let's say, he hasn't been here for 4 years.
Exactly.
So this is the only one-of-one Founders Revolt out of the collection that is in movement. The rest are dead on an account somewhere.
Well, again, it comes down to the same thing of how much people are willing to pay for something or willing to give for something. And for a one-of-one like this, considering that it is the magical gamer one-of-one, and as one-of-ones go, this is probably one of the rarest, most valuable ones. If you drop this to a lot of people, they pretty much know immediately what it is and would know how much to value it. I mean, bidding wars, so many things would happen. People would want to get their hands on this a lot, the right people at least. Something like this would probably be worth, honestly, around 100 million Sunbeam, if not more. That is just untapped, honestly.
That's insane, bro.
Because the thing is, if I put a specific value to that, you know, somebody who really wants it will probably come in and double it. That's how valuable that gun is. There is really no cap. That is one of the few, I would say, priceless guns, because there's just so many people that would offer for that. You could get a bidding war that can go on for ages and ages. This is exactly why, guys, we can't even pretty much showcase how much Sunbeam these guns would be worth, because our entire games would have lagged out. We would have lost everything on the floor if we tried to drop that much Sunbeam.
But if you want some bonus stuff, we have set it here. So a lot of people want to know what the ratios are. So do you want me to go through this, or do you want to go for the ratios?
I'll go through the ratios real quick. So it should be 3 Sunbeam
for 2 bright
core. That's
so
the ratio.
Sunbeam's more rare than bright core. No.
Yeah.
That means Sunbeam.
Bright core is more rare than Sunbeam. Bright core is more rare than Sunbeam. Yes. So let me drop 3 Sunbeam. Yes, that is a ratio 3 to 1.
So you need 3 Sunbeam to get 2 bright. You fixed it. Is that what you fixed it? You did it wrong before, didn't you? Okay.
I did it wrong before.
So now let's say I have Sunbeam and I want active power cells. What would I have to do?
All right. So for this, again, I mess up the ratio for this again. So for Sunbeam, it would take 2 Sunbeam for 1 active power cell. So active power cells are slightly more valuable, pretty much twice as valuable as Sunbeam when it comes to that, because they just are more valuable, harder to find.
So if I wanted, So if I had 2,000 Sunbeam, I could get 1,000 active power cells. If you're still watching in the video right now, say the crafter is lacking, literally messing up the ratios. Is this messed up too?
And for the final one, no, this one is not messed up. Sunbeam is 3 times more valuable than efficient mechanical parts. Efficient mechanical parts are a lot easier to get in quantity, and they were a lot easier to do for a longer period in the game.
You would need 3 mechanical parts to get 1 Sunbeam. That's
1 Sunbeam.
That's actually crazy. I didn't even know that. Wow, you'd need 3,000 to get 1,000. Wow, that's I learned something new today. I really didn't know that. I hope you guys learned something from this video and you have a rough idea of what your inventory is worth. We tried to put it in the most simplest terms because everyone knows what sunbeam is. So if you guys did enjoy this video or it helped you in any way, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment because we're really loving to read all your comments. The crafter is actually going through all the comments as well and replying to you guys as well. So, yeah, thank you so much for helping with this video. I couldn't have done it without you. I think we did a really good demonstration. I think the most newest player to the game, to the most advanced, could understand this and put the valuation to any currency they want. If they want to put it to sunbeam, to bright core, to other weapons, to traps, or anything that is against TOS. But yeah, that is basically all we have for this video. Hope you guys did enjoy. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Crafter, do you want to say anything?
If you guys have any questions about prices or other things we did not list in here, feel free to put a comment in there. I'd be glad to reply to it, whether it be a one-of-one or just other materials we didn't say. And please take this video as just a kind of base for what trading value would be. Of course, if you can do better trades or get a better deal or whatnot, go for it. This is just kind of a go-to default vid, whether you don't know what something is worth.
Yes, and I wanted to end the video there, but one basic thing. Another thing is you have to remember, if you're trading with someone and you want to trade your 70 sunbeam for their gun and they don't want to do it, maybe you're just trading with the wrong person and go trade with someone else. Because if you're trading with someone who just has a bunch of dupe sunbeam, they're not going to care about 70 sunbeam. They're going to want an unrealistic number that doesn't make sense. So go trade with someone who is playing the game legit, isn't duping, and has all these dumb weapons in their inventory. Go trade with someone like who actually appreciates what guns are worth. Because, yeah, some people are out of touch, especially if they're duping and just breaking the rules. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.